We've got Lindell Sween there as well. Both standing over the ball. Both looking across the ball, left foot. Every single Connection player is back in the 18-yard box. They're defending in depth, but the ball carried a little bit by the wind, taken over the bar. But Connection was serious about defending there. Every single player back in their 18-yard box to defend. They're going to want to hold on to this 1-0 lead, but it's a long way to go to hang on to a 1-0 lead. They need to also try and get that insurance goal to give them some breathing space. As they would have learnt last week, 2 goals in 5 minutes, and that's it, you're out. So, here goes Ambrose again. Forced in, being forced out wide on the right at the moment. And St Rose again clearing it up for Connection. And the ball sent long. This buys Connection some breathing space. Takes the pressure off of the defenders for a little bit. So another throw in. I think even with this being the final, they should really have had some ball boys, because it does slow the game down a little bit. Instructions coming out there from the Connection coach. Back down the right hand side again. It done well there actually. I think it caught Collymore a little bit off guard, but Collymore dealt with it, but I don't think he was expecting it to come to him. So that wasn't bad. Perhaps the strikers just didn't get up, and obviously the cross was too close to the goalkeeper. Another free kick in the middle there. Leonson Lewis already pointing at his bench. Leonson Lewis pointing at Jaden Grant, number 13, so he's going to make a substitution already. So only 10 minutes into the game, Leonson Lewis now rotating his squad. On comes Jaden Grant. Who's a forward player, I believe, so putting some more aggression up front. So obviously Lewis happy with his defence. Taken off Maliki Clement, and Maliki Clement was the one who was instrumental in the goal actually, because it was his jump that seemed to distract the Jablotay goalkeeper Hercules. Okay, so a free kick coming in now from deep, floated in, but it goes safely out for a goal kick. Trevor on Week says, just don't worry, we can do with that going out for a throw. Gives it to Ambrose. Forstin kept it in. So it's the key competition there. Darrell Young, the 23 for Connection, needs to keep a close eye on Forstin, the number 10 for Jablotay. That should be an interesting battle. But you see the boy in the ball now. St Rose is also coming across to cover to give in Young some support. Forstin there, not well. Forstin probably a little bit too casual there, but Young gives away the free kick, which sorry, the throw in, which he'll be happy with. Nicosia Ambrose to take the throw in for Jablotay. Gets a return, dribbles it round. Elijah Orr there gives the ball away though, and it sets up connection for an opportunity to move forward. And that's a free kick now to Jablotay in an awkward position. Captain there, Malik Khan. Got to be the one that stands over the ball to take it. So Forster, the only one staying forward for Jablotay. There comes a free kick, and it's over the bar from Khan. He tried to place it. He didn't whack it or anything. He tried to place it. Perhaps the wind just took it a little bit, but they'll be happy with that. So goal kick now. Hercules in the Jablotay goal will be taking this one. Nope, he's going to leave it for Trevor Weeks. Ambrose comes short, but he's shadowed there by Wilson Maitland, the goal scorer. There's Forstin. Forstin again, forever shadowed by Young. And look at that, the way they it's just like a flock. Jaron Ellis as well from Connection come over. They're not happy with just one man marking Forstin. They're always doubling up. Free kick there to Jablotay. Lots of little niggly free kicks. Now it's Jablotay's turn to make a substitution. It's Caldwell-Rika. No, he's gone back again. Gone back to get a drink before he comes on the pitch. Long run back there for the Jablotay defenders just to tidy up. Oh. So the Connection throw coming from the far side. Another free kick. Referee giving a lot of free kicks. I don't know if they're all necessary. I'm not saying there aren't infringements, but I'm not sure if they're all necessary. Khan again. No, not Khan. Khan's in the box, along with the substitute Jaden Grant and Wilson Maitland. Ball comes in. Khan winning it, playing it back out to St Rose. St Rose tries a long left-footed shot, but it's easily blocked, but it's not cleared yet. Gilbert on the far side. That's a beautiful cross. Oh, it's a goal! Well, I don't know if he meant that. I don't know if he meant that, but hey, who cares? What a goal! It looked like he was trying to cross the ball back just in front of the goalkeeper. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Or maybe he just the wind took it. Who cares? It's a great goal. Gilbert, who scored in the semi-final against Point Fortin, makes it 2-0 to Connection. And now Jablotay are really under the cosh. 2-0 after 16 minutes. You see Carton was running in there. Whether he thought it was a cross, whether it was meant for him originally, we don't know. But I'm sure that Mr. Gilbert is going to be saying, no, that was a shot. I knew exactly what I was doing. So 2-0 to W Connection after 17 minutes. Now Jablotay have really got to find out what they've got in store in reserve. Because at the moment, to be fair, they really haven't put any fear into the defence of W Connection. This man here, Darrell Young, he's been quite happy dealing with Forson. He's got some assistance from his other players. Certainly, Leon St. Louis has done his homework. He's got his tactics right so far. He knew exactly what he had to face, and he's planned it out very well indeed. Steve Neptune at the moment, for the Jablotay coach, looks like he's been outfoxed. So what can he now do? And player down injured there. Again holding his head, so the referee should be dealing with this immediately. There should be no queries about that. get some treatment straight away. And I think the problem, one of the problems Jablotay have got for me is because they've got their change jerseys on red. First of all, the numbers are not easy to see, and secondly, I believe that not all the numbers correlate to their team list. They're playing with a number 12, which they haven't even got on the list, so we're struggling to identify who's who at the moment. Got some ice there on his shoulder. The game's back underway again. There's a goal scorer, Gilbert, but he's lost out this time. St. Rose. And there's Kenny Francis on the far side, number 99. This is where the incident happened, the injury. Awkwardly, I think, I'm not sure. So, ball back in play. And Connection, very well organised. Good turn by Khan, tries a long shot. So Connection are looking very organised. It's looking like very much just like the Pro League team. Good defence, taking their time. Maybe they're not clearing their lines as quickly as possible, but they're certainly not under any threat at the moment. And going forward, they've got one or two players that can pull something out of the bag that no one's expecting, and bang. First goal after 2.5 minutes, second goal in the 16th minute. And Connection will be happy to see the scoreline stay like this now. Jablotay, a massive task now to come from 2-0 down. And to be honest, at the moment there doesn't seem to be anything there to see they'll do it. And that was another Connection there. Young, I think he won the ball fairly, but I don't know if he followed through on the Cozy Ambrose. But no, Cozy Ambrose now holding his back. He was hit quite hard. The referee saying that it was just momentum, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, game's underway again. Jablotay looking to make a substitution, bring on Pierre, the number 18. But meanwhile, Connection have a free kick in the middle of the Jablotay half, so Jablotay forced to defend once again, and of course that's exactly what they don't want to do. They need to get this ball moving into the W Connection half, and W Connection on quite happy to leave the ball in this area, under no threat to their goal. A long run, only as far as the Jablotay defenders. Referee got in the way a little bit, but the ball comes out, and there's St. Rose, but he's lost it this time. Now this is a chance. Forstin's away, and he's being held back, and he's still gone. Forstin is still gone. Wow, well done. And I mean, oh well, Forstin there he was being held back. The referee had now played on. He kept on going. He got the pace to get past the last defender, but by then his probably energy had gone. So he tried a hopeful shot, and it was on target. Collymore had to save it, and then two Connection players decided to kick the ball against one another to give away a goal kick. Sorry, a free corner kick. But Forstin there, you could see his pace. That's why they need to double team him all the time, because one player is not enough. Assistant referee telling telling Lindell Sween, do your shoelaces up, mate. You'll trip over. There you go. Happy with that. Left foot ball coming in from Sween, and not good at all. But Jablotay win the ball again. They swing it back in. Oh! And that was good play on the far post by Khan, the captain. He has got the height advantage back there, but he's done well. Ball swung back in again. So Connection not clear yet, but now they got a chance to turn and build. But no, Jablotay forcing the ball down, winning the ball again. The referee had decided it was handball. Well, maybe he was protecting his face, I don't know, but they've said it's handball, so. No, it probably was handball actually. So the free kick coming, dealt with nicely by Jablotay. And Jablotay, you know, haven't got such a bad defence, but they seem to have problems clearing their lines initially. And but both goals really come from crosses. Or let's be nice to Mr. Gilbert, from long shot. So it wasn't the fact that the Connection found their way through the defence. Players bouncing there all over. Oh, well played. Can he get the ball in? No. It's a corner kick, but that was nice. A nice little bit of play there. Kanye Francis on the far side for Connection, not really dealing with it well. And Jeremy Christian weaving through the Connection defence, causing them problems. Got a player down now for Jablotay on the far side. He bounced off of, literally bounced off Kanye Francis. It's like a bumper car. Video taking a look. It's Lindell Sween, actually a player that Connection, that Jablotay don't want to lose. Lindell Sween had a good season. Been quite influential. He's a good little playmaker, left footer. So they wouldn't really want to see him off at the moment. But the size, disparity in the size is one of the things you notice. Lindell Sween quite miniature compared to some of the Connection players. They're going to take a water break, which obviously hydration very important at this age. So the referee made a good decision there. While the players getting some treatment, let's have a hydration break. This gives the coaches a chance to their players as well, of course. And I'm sure that there will be a lot more talking going on from Steve Neptune than there will be from Leon St. Louis. Leon St. Louis just going to say, keep your shape, keep doing what you're doing. There's a celebration up. And if you look at this ball, this is Gilbert on the far side. He's looking up, crosses the ball. Is he looking for Khan? I don't know, but the ball goes over Hercules, who completely misjudged it, and into the net. So we can't take that away from him. Let's say that was a saying do exactly what you're doing at the moment. You're under no pressure at the back. You can always score more goals. Just keep concentrating, keep possession, win that second ball, because he needs to find a way around his Connection defence while still ensuring that the lead doesn't increase for Connection. So he has a lot more to say, I'm sure, down there at the moment. It's hard to see what they can do without pushing men forward, because Forstin, every time he gets the ball, Young's on him, but people like St. Rose, etc., come across as well. So he's always being double teamed. Maybe they need to find another outlet, because Forstin at the moment, as good as he is being outnumbered. And there is Forstin, and that was a shot. And that was really a tired shot, but amazingly he still got it on target. Forcing Collymore to deal with it. But Forstin is the outlet they're looking for at the moment. So Connection first to return to their positions, as you would expect. They're quite happy at the moment. And I just realised I've been telling you the goalkeeper is Collymore. Actually, the goalkeeper for W Connection is Aaron Boudram. So apologies there, Aaron. That was your save. Well done. And it's your clean sheet, so I apologise for that. We were told by W Connection Management that Collingwood was starting, and I didn't realise that it's Boodram. So my apologies there. So corner kick coming in from the far side for Jablotay. Swinging in, and there is Boodram who saves it. Doesn't hold it though, but Jablotay still have the ball. There's Forstin looking to pass it outside. Ambrose wins the ball back. Oh, Ambrose has literally thrown himself at the ball, giving 120% there, Ambrose. Trevor Weeks was caught ball watching there, and well, and Trevor Weeks looking for a card if he's not careful, because he definitely put his hand out there on Grant. Trevor Weeks was caught ball watching. Grant nipped in, and Trevor Weeks then reacted by pushing his hand out. Not happy about giving up the free kick, but he's lucky not to get a card there, really. Dorset Rose now for Connection, going to kick this left-footed deep into the box, cleared by Weeks. And there is St Rose again. Going to go for a throw into Jablotay. So just approaching the 30-minute mark, and we're wondering what Jablotay are going to do to change this game, because they have to do something different. Doing the same thing they've been doing is not working. Ambrose with the throw. It's Young for Connection to get the ball back into play again. Oh. St Louis here having a word with Young, I think that is. Just tell him to keep doing your job, you're doing well. Working hard. And here he goes again, there's Young again. Wilson Maitland getting bumped about there a bit there. But Khan telling him, don't worry, we'll win. We're winning 2-0. Leonson Lewis going to get the ball in the absence of ball boys. So from international footballing icon to ball boy, but he won't care. His team's winning 2-0 in the cup final, so he'll be quite happy to chase balls all day if he gets the game played. So Young will take this throw in. There's Khan, the captain. Gets the turn and he shoots, and not a bad try. It's over the bar, but Malik Khan jinking there, made himself some space and shot on the turn. Ball's gone a long way back, and this is the problem that Jablotay are going to get frustrated with, because every time the ball goes out of play, you're losing a minute to go and fetch the ball. The clock winding down. And one of the Jablotay coaching staff now has woken up to this fact, so he's going to act as ball boy, I think, behind that goal. So goal kick from Jablotay. Only goes as far as Connection. And they're back on the attack again. There's Khan again on the edge of the box. Jablotay really not helping themselves at the moment. Francis plays it to Khan. Khan into St Rose. St Rose caught in possession now. Joseph for Jablotay pushes it forward, and again, oh, and what a great run that was. If that ball had just got past the final defender, he would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. That was unlucky by Jablotay. That was refreshing. A little bit of movement, some good running off the ball. Went there, connection defence was in array. Young never going to reach that, so a goal kick, a throw into Jablate. Ambrose to take it. Ambrose again. Israel Joseph on this side now, because it looks like Forstin playing on the far side. So they switched Forstin to the left hand side, which is probably a good move. And here he is. No, it's not, that's Sween. I think Forstin's actually on the bench at the moment for Jablate. So their most potent weapon is a spectator. And here's Sween again. Oh, well played by Sween. And he's pulled down. That's a free kick on the edge of the box. That could be a card actually, because he probably was just about to shoot there. But the referee maybe thinking they're only under 14s, be lenient. But Sween looked up, he saw the goal, and he probably was going to have a swing at that one. So free kick just before half time, the edge of the box. This is something that Jablate have to score here. They need to go in at least with only a 1-goal deficit. So Sween queuing up with his left foot. Every connection player's back. They've got a wall of about 75 players in the wall. They're taking this real serious. Sween, is he going to shoot? Is he going to cross? And he shoots, and it's just over. Not a bad effort by Sween. Left-footed. It was dipping, but it didn't dip quick enough. So again, connection done their job. Goalkeeper Boogdrum got his wall lined up properly, and you can see again, not a bad free kick. It goes over the wall, and it just doesn't dip quick. Oh, unlucky there. Maybe if it had been a yard further out, that ball would have dipped in. So going to be a goal kick to connection. They were in absolutely no hurry to take this. Time means nothing to W connection at the moment. So here comes the kick. Doesn't clear the W connection half, and it means that Jablate can try to find another way through, but at the moment and this is now a chance created for W connection. Hercules coming out, and they haven't really dealt with it very well, but they managed to get away with it. But wow, it's to Sean Brown, but again, and very smart. Khan saw that Hercules was way out of his or way off of his line, but he didn't quite get the ball over Hercules. So Jablate now pushing forward again, desperate to get a goal before half time to try and close that gap. The game's opening up now. Obviously connection quite happy to see Jablate pushing forward, because it's leaving gaps at the back there that they can then exploit. But Jablate have no choice. They simply have to score. I guess it doesn't matter if you lose a cup final 3-0 or 2-0. You know, they need to score. Sween on the far side. I took a little knock there, but it's okay, he's carrying on. Again, time wasting over the far side because there's no ball boys. And Jablate moving forward again. There's Ambrose. Oh, great play. Oh, unlucky. He tried to put it through to Israel Jordan. He didn't quite get through. Trevon Weeks finds a way through. There's Sween. Tripped, but he carries on. Oh, referee. Well, he hasn't. Oh, he's handball. Well, the referee had now played on there. Sween was definitely flattened, and I don't think that was a really good advantage, because I wouldn't say Jablate had much of an advantage there. Christian now coming on now. So more substitutions being made. Jeremy Christian on for Jablotay, but and Sween is the one coming off. So they got Sween and Forstin on the bench, probably their two most potent players. But I think then the referee made a wrong choice. He tried to allow play to go on. He thought Jablotay had the advantage, but I think that should have been a free kick. But then it's easy for me up here. There's Young with the throw in. Connection now to cut it out, and they've got a chance now. Oh, ball just too long, but it was a good idea. Test out those connection defenders. Maybe if you had the pace of Forstin, that might have been a different story, but it's a good try. And Jablotay get down to the byline. They get a chance. They got plenty of time to cross the ball this time. Well, he had plenty of time to pick out his man. It's still not cleared properly. Some good footwork, but now connection back in shape, and they can. Oh, but they still managed to get it through. Joseph. Oh, he shoots and it's well blocked, and again another shot blocked. Shots are coming all over the place. Header. Oh, and Boudram there in goal had no problems in the end, but it's good defending by connection. There were shots coming in left, right, and centre, and they were throwing their bodies in front of the ball. And there's Khan on the far side. St Rose loses it there. He's done that a few times, St Rose. He lost the ball in the middle there. And coming out to a throw in, Trevlon Weeks sprinting to get the ball back. 40 minutes played now. Leon St Louis saying concentrate. Throw this time to W connections. Young to take it. Connection working it up the line. That wasn't very good. One of the connection substitutes there refusing to throw the ball back. And you see connection really just happy to take their time. So Young again. This time the substitute does kick the ball back reluctantly. So Young to St Rose. Kenny Francis puts it out wide to Bailey. Bailey loses it. That's Francis again, but it's a free kick to Jablotay, referee said. No, throw in. Throw in on the far side to Jablotay. They really need to do something, time's running out. So the throw-in comes in, far side. Not sure what happened there. And that's it, half time. Okay, so half time. We see connection going in 2-0 up against Jablotay. Not a situation Jablotay are used to. The only game they lost this season, I think, was 1-0, which was to Caledonia. So being 2 goals down is not a situation they're used to. And being this is the Flow Youth Pro League Cup final, there's a lot to play for. This is the first goal. Clement jumps for it, and Wilson Maitland behind is the one who benefits from the jump because he gets the ball. That they had earlier. This is the ball that comes out wide to Gilbert. Gilbert looking up. He's looking for Khan maybe, but he decides to shoot. Hercules is nowhere, and the ball. Hercules reminded me of David Seaman then, because the ball just went over his head. There goes Forstin down the right-hand side. Forstin there, energy running out, but he shoots. No problem for Boodram there, who makes a nice save for the photographers. And that's really. This was a bit where Boodram didn't collect the ball cleanly, but not really any pressure. That was the foul there, Trevor Weeks pushing away, and this one here was another foul on the edge of the box, Lindell Sween, which I thought maybe should have deserved a yellow card, because from this Sween just lofts it over the bar. I mean, it wasn't bad. And then right near the end now, you're going to see Khan seeing Hercules off his line, but the chip wasn't quite perfect enough. Right at the end, Jablata had this little flurry where they had a few shots, but they were blocked. There's one block, there's a second block. It's amazing there. Jodel Francois just hacked into the brick wall really, and no problem for Boodram. So 2-0 at half time. Let's see what's going to happen in the second half. We'll be joining back with you soon.
Your portal to Caribbean life. Find yourself.
Watch the 10 Spot every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Visit every corner of this beautiful country and tell us what's your favorite spot. You know your favorite spot to lime? The 10 Spot is there. At our spot, your spot, their spot, any spot where there's entertainment, good vibes, and good fun. See live performances by local and international bands. We take you to the most happening events across the country. Spot new episodes of the 10 Spot every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. right here on 10 TV. With me, Perpetua.
There's real news.
The actual roti on the plate was $250,000.
Then there's fake news.
The laws allow a baby to be born in the 9th month. It is wrong. It has to change.
How many people have to die?
And then there is the blah.
Good evening, good night. Whenever you see this, hello, hello, hello. Yeah. They don't know. They don't know nothing. Because we is the greatest set of storytellers ever.
Whoa, hold on. So you trying to tell me all this is about getting land?
This is not about land, my brother. Do not misrepresent me, eh?
Monday nights at 9, only on 10 TV. That's right. The most biased, subjective, and one-sided version of the news ever. The blah. If ever there was a time to watch news, there's no.
Front of the bar, jump up. Middle of the bar, jump up. Back of the bar, jump up. Party, not stop. Front of the bar, jump up. Middle of the bar, jump up. Back of the bar, jump up. Some dang 2018, let none of them fool you. Some of them, they want to confuse you. All this bacchanal food wrong, nobody don't take them on. We come out to with your power. You wanna decide for me who gon' be the monarchy? No brainwashing, walking on we. When you're doing this for the people, clean for the people, fair for the people, good over evil, nice for the people, clean for the people, fair for the people, good over evil. I don't want no road march, I don't want no road march. Don't give me no more now, don't give me no more now. I don't want no road march, I don't want no road march. Don't give me no more now. When you're doing this for the people, clean for the people, fair for the people, good over evil, nice for the people, clean for the people, fair for the people, good over evil. I don't want no road march, I don't want no road march. Don't give me no more now, don't give me no more now. I don't want no road march, I don't want no road march. Don't give me no more now.
Soca is a combination of East Indian and African rhythm. The purpose of soca in the 70s, as a matter of fact, is about anywhere around 69 to 70. But the purpose was to bring the East Indian and the Africans in Trinidad together. So there was a combination of the two main rhythmic structures in Trinidad to create a song that would be totally Trinidad, and let us call it a Douglas rhythm, so to speak.
Ping pong 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 pong. It's Naila. So ping pong 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 pong. It's like girls gone wild. I go get my grill on. Hard as ice and sparkling gold. I'm in a tropical paradise I call home. It's like an alpha and omega, Trinidad to Tobago. When I see my people dancing, all I hear is soca. All day long, not gonna leave you for nothing. All day long, I'm gonna play for we pumping. Ping pong 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 pong. Ping pong 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 pong. Somebody say soca till I die. Somebody say soca, give me life. Somebody say soca, keep it playing so loud. We ain't even know about anything but soca, soca, soca. Look that grills on, wild out, go round. Soca, girls go lower, lower, Scotia, playing soca. Know that we got soca, soca. I can't even sleep 'cause rhythm banging in me brain like it them taking over me whole system. How we sounding sweet, so play all day long. Not gonna leave you for nothing. All day long, I'm gonna play for we pumping. Ping pong 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 pong. Ping pong 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 pong. Ping pong 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 pong. Ping pong pong. Somebody say soca till I die. Somebody say soca, give me life. Somebody say soca, keep it playing so loud. We ain't even know about anything but soca, soca, soca. Look that grills on, wild out, go round. Soca, girls go lower, lower, Scotia, playing soca. Know that we got soca, soca. Give me the rhythm. I want y'all to feel this one. Feel the soul, feel the love, feel the unity. I love you, Lord Shorty. Ping pong 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 pong. Ping pong pong. Somebody say soca till I die. Somebody say soca, give me life. Somebody say soca, keep it playing so loud. We ain't even know about anything but soca, 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 soca.
Welcome to TTEN, Trinidad and Tobago Entertainment Network. Every creed, equal place, one place for Caribbean people. Mass, music, art, pan, politics, food, dance, fashion, talent, technology, and much more. 10. Trinidad and Tobago Entertainment Network. Our world, our people, our passions. Your portal to Caribbean life. Find yourself.
Hi, this is No More Politics here. Come and join me, the big one-man band, up at Shakers, Rock on the Hill, May the 30th. See you there.
Hi people, this is Devin Harry Paul here of the band Red Wolf. We will be at Shakers on the 30th of May for Rock on the Hill.
Hamilton Home and Healthcare Services provide your elderly relative with a new standard of care and a better quality of life. Our services are bathing assistance, dressing assistance, walking assistance, meal and diet preparation, light housekeeping, errands and shopping, medication reminder, joyful companionship. Care is available in the morning, midday, and evenings. Temporary and long-term care is also available. Contact us today at 345-5884. Hamilton Home and Healthcare Services. We provide quality care for your elderly relatives.
So welcome back to the second half of the Flow Youth Pro League Cup 2018. W Connection winning 2-0. W Connection were out very early. I guess they feel the sooner they get out there, the sooner they can pick up that trophy. Jablate probably getting a lot of instruction in the dressing room. Come out a bit later. That's Connection to kick off the second half in the green, kicking from left to right. So let's see what Coach Neptune has come up with for Jablate to somehow claw back this this 2-0 deficit at the moment. I'd imagine Leonson's Lewis chat went something like, "Well done guys, do exactly the same in the second half," and that would have been it. So down the right hand side for Jablate, Joseph. I hear that Forstin, the real danger man for Jablate, is putting ice on his thigh. so he maybe picked up an injury. That would be a real blow to Jablotay. Throwing to come in from Jablotay. Only gets as far as the connection back line. The ball's cleared. Trying to get it up to number 13, Jaden Grant. Trevon Weeks dealing with it well there. And there's Wilson Maitland, who scored the first goal, trying to get Jaden Grant through. Jablotay passing the ball around a little bit more confidently actually at the moment. Oh, that was a nice play. Kanye Baker. Oh, and yes, it's a goal. Wow. So, that was Kanye Baker with the run, and you can hear the crowd gone crazy. So, I'm not quite sure who the goal scorer was because we don't have that number on our team sheet. So I can't tell you the name of the goal scorer, but number 14 for Jablotay. No idea who it was because they don't have a number 14 listed. But you see there, Baker gets the ball through. It wasn't well dealt with there by Francois, and the ball fell through in the end. But I think Francois really was the one who should have dealt with that. But now Jablotay got the momentum, and that was I think it was a fair tackle by Gilbert, but it was also a hard tackle for Baker. Jablotay, they got the momentum, they got the bit between their teeth now. Ambrose to take this one. No, it's not Ambrose, sorry, I apologise. Well, according to my team list, this is Duarica, but it doesn't look like him. Ball coming in. Cleared there on the edge of the box by connection. But well done again. Jablotay they got some fighting spirit. Trevon Weeks, well, he tries a long shot in the end, which is quite comfortable for Aaron Boudram to watch go by. So this is a chance for connection now to put their foot on the ball and keep possession for a minute and try and regain some calm. This is not what they wanted in the first 2 minutes of the second half to concede, but concede they have. So it's 2-1, it's all to play for again now. And the ball's getting lofted in, and again it's not being dealt with well, and Boudram comes out, but to see the hesitation there in the connection defence. This didn't happen in the first half. In the first half, connection were fairly solid, although to be fair they didn't clear their lines all the time very well, but they were fairly solid. Now suddenly Jablotay have got the belief, and there's a lot of doubts in the connection defence. Perhaps now the connection nerves are coming into play because the defence does look a bit shaky. I don't know what Leon St. Louis are going to do about this now. Probably would have had a different team talk if he could have foreseen this goal coming, but he probably felt quite comfortable at half-time, 2-0 up, and really Jablotay hadn't really been much of a threat to the W Connection defence. So he may have been a little bit complacent really when he had his team talk. I don't know. He probably would have told them to concentrate and keep doing what they're doing, but suddenly now problems afoot. And there you go again, Young on the far side giving away the free kick. Again Jablotay pushing forward, another free kick. Trevon Weeks going to take it. Got a few players in the box there for Jablotay. And it comes. And again, still not cleared really by connection. But they've got it away now. It goes, yes, they're sending it away. And now this is what Jablotay have to be careful of, because they're pushing forward to get an equaliser, but we can see that W Connection are fairly potent up front, so we can't really leave them too much space. So Jablotay got this dilemma: push forward to get the equaliser, or you lose the cup. But if you push forward, you can leave gaps behind you. And you see Jablotay players running to get the ball because they don't want the time to elapse. They need all of this time to get their equaliser and hopefully their winner. Connection, on the other hand, happy to see the clock run down at the moment. But really it's about now Connection need to regain their composure a little bit, relax a little bit. Again, a free kick there, that was St Rose giving away a free kick, and down come Jablotay again on the left hand side. Ball goes into the middle, not a good pass, and easily cut out by W Connection. Khan, the W Connection captain on this side, number 10, hasn't actually seen the ball this half, I don't think, so far. See if he has any more luck now. Bailey to take it. And again, Khan just a bystander. Bailey to take it again. Down the line. Trying to get Malachi Clement to make something happen, but again he just gives the ball away. So Jablotay back in possession. And just to point out, Jablotay were forced to change their shirts because, as you know, Jablotay play in green as well. So they put on the red shirts, but the red shirts unfortunately don't appear to line up correctly with the team sheet numbers. I have no number 12 on my team sheet or a number 14. So I can't tell you the names of the players. And this is Trevlon Weeks, we know that for sure. You can't miss him. And again, nicely played, but Connection just managed to get it clear. But Jablotay really at the moment now seem to have all the imagination and the spirit to go forward. Nice little play there, beautiful. Israel Joseph plays down the right hand side. 2v2 in the box. Oh, and it's going to go for a corner. And that was actually good defending in the end to cut that out because he was squaring up there. He had two strikers in the middle there, and Mohammed that was who cut out that cross for a corner. So can Sam 1 Jablotay make any more of this? Of course, Jablotay not used to losing. They only lost one game all season, and that was 1-0 to Caledonia, who they then went back and beat 1-0 in the quarterfinals. Ball coming in. It's a good jump, and it's gone for a goal kick this time. No, he's given a corner. The referee's overruled his assistant and given a corner. Of course, W Connection are out for revenge. They only finished 1 point behind Jablotay in the league. So they would have felt that most of the season they could have caught Jablotay. So this is their chance for revenge. But the Jablotay corner coming in, he slipped, but oh, and the ball's still bobbing around again. They really can't clear their lines. They have a player line on the floor, W Connection, and I feel the referee should stop the game because I think he's holding his head, and he went down and stayed down. But it's always a difficult one for the referee there when the ball's bubbling around the penalty box. You know, can you just stop the play? That looked like Young that was down holding his head. But again, Connection not clearing their lines at all. The corner kick wasn't the best of all because the kicker slipped as he took it, but it did cause a lot of problems. Not quite sure what's happening now. Oh, substitution. So on for W Connection is Levi Jones, number 25. It's come on for Kanye Francois. Oh, sorry, Kanye Francis. Johnson Lewis waving his players back, saying don't have too many forward. There's Khan winning the ball, but Jablotay winning the second ball, and again they're moving forward. This has all been in the W Connection half so far. All the action taking place there. But now's the chance. Nope, again cut out there by Deshaun Brown for Jablotay. Looks like Nicosia Ambrose lost the ball there, and this gives Connection a chance to go away. Wilson Maitland there. The score of the first goal, but Trevlon Weeks, he ain't standing for that. again another throw in on the far side to W Connection, and again a Jablotay player runs for the ball. So throw in. So much time being wasted just recovering the ball, when even asking some of the club's players to be ball boys or something, because it slows the game right down for both teams. Obviously for Connection that's good at the moment, but if Jablotay get another goal they might regret that. And there's Khan, he's trying to get free on the far side, but no, he doesn't get free, and oh, Brown with the ball gets it away, gets it forward to the number 14. This is Jeremy Christian. Oh, wow, that wasn't a bad ball. It was very, very difficult for Boudram to deal with, but he does it well. The ball bounced just in front of him, but he gathered the ball. He knew there was a player from Jablotay running behind him, and he couldn't make any mistakes. So well done, Boudram. But also Christian, nice cross, testing the goalkeeper. Yeah, Connection trying to send the ball there long for Khan, but it goes straight out for a throw-in again. There's still a long way to go in this game, and as you can see, Jablotay really have the tail between, or their tails up at the moment. They feel they can get back into this game now, and you wouldn't bet against it the way they're playing now. A much different Jablotay team than the first half. Elijah Order getting the ball for Jablotay, and now again all the second balls are being won by Jablotay really. There it's through now to the 14. Put it for the Christian. Jeremy Christian on the far side. He can't shoot, but he can turn. Gives it back to the 14. 14 looking across it with the left foot. Unlucky. Shoots and over the bar. Looking for his second goal of the game there. But again, it's all Jablotay. Crowd are really getting behind Jablotay as well. It's the first half Jablotay, and now this is what they're excited about. Forstin's coming back on. Jaheim Forstin, the number 10, the danger man, coming back on. And now this could be trouble for W Connection, because they're already struggling to keep the score as it is. He's taken off Christian, which is a shame because Christian wasn't doing too bad, but now Connection have got the added danger of Forstin. And there is Forstin straight away involved, sends the ball in. Boudram happy to take that one. So it seemed in the first half, I don't know, Jablotay just didn't look interested. They looked second best in every department. They come out in the second half, completely different team. There comes Khan, the captain for Connection. Played well there, sends it across to Gilbert. But again, Jablotay come away with it. There's a 14, the goal scorer. He's looking for Forstin. There's Forstin. Can he get past his defender? He's up against Francois. And he gets past Francois. And I think he might have been impeded, but referee doesn't say anything. But certainly Forstin there, letting Francois know that he's got his hands full down this side. Number 12 for Jablotay to take it. He's giving it to Forstin straight away. Forstin crosses the ball, but not the best cross. Forstin wins again. That's a better ball actually. So the goal scorer number 14, and that's going out for another corner. So relentless pressure from Samwan Jablotay. And see the diminutive number 12 going back to defend so that Trevlon Weeks can come up for the corner. Trevlon Weeks, probably the biggest guy on the pitch. The Daniil Cyrus of Samwan Jablotay. Corner coming in from the near side. Can they make this count? Balls, it's not a bad corner. Boudram gets to it easily though. Yeah, Boudram's happy with that one. It's just Khan is the only person up front for connection at the moment. Manages to get something from it. He's still got the ball now. Jablotay defending in numbers now. And the number 12 for Jablotay, who's a foot shorter than Khan, manages to do his job well. There's the 14. Wow, look at that, he's through about 4 players. Look at that, he's still going. He looks across to see who's there. He tries to cross the ball, he gets a deflection. And another deflection, and it's still there. Oh, well that was fortunate. The ball took a deflection and then it took another deflection which caught Boudram off guard. But Boudram, again, solid. Now the ball's through though. This is Clement, Malachi Clement. But Trevlon Weeks happy to tidy that one up. And Jablotay move away down the right hand side. Really there's nothing from connection going forward at the moment. Hercules has, well I think he's gone on holiday. He's had nothing to do with his half at all so far. And there's a ball into Forstin. Try to take it on his chest, but connection pulls the ball away again. So, completely different story in the second half. Connection really haven't got anywhere near the Jablotay goal. But their defence have been under pressure relentlessly since that early goal in the second half from Jablotay to make it 2-1. Since then it's been all Jablotay, and you can smell another goal to Jablotay coming. Jablotay not relaxing too much, they're still keeping 2 men back to watch Khan. The ball comes in. Not a good header though, but they still have possession. They put it back into the box again. The ball's fumbling around, and again not cleared properly, and the ball comes all the way back, and Boudram will pick it up. So Jablotay still keeping a couple of players back on Khan. They don't want to concede while they're on the counter attack, if you like. But there's Forstin again. Forstin's through. Oh, I thought he was through then. Good defended by Francis. Sorry, Francois. There's a Francois and a Francis, but that was Francois, the number 27, who's trying to deal with Forstin. You feel if they could get Sween back on the pitch as well now, that and this is one of the problems. I think Connection are losing a lot of friends today. This is the 3rd time that a Jablotay player has gone for the ball, because Connection are just in no hurry at all, wasting time, and that's not the way to make friends at the end of the day. We know it's gamesmanship, we know it's part of the game, I guess, in some ways, but they're probably taking it a bit far. And again, they might rue this if Jablotay get an equaliser. As Gilbert's trying to get down the right hand side again, but nope, they're getting no joy down here at the moment. It seems to be some magic has occurred, because the way you looked at the first half, Connection was in total control, under no threat at all, and now it's all Jablotay. Connection can't seem to string 2 passes together. Every second ball seems to go to Jablotay. They're not clearing their lines, and they're certainly not creating any opportunities up front. So it's a complete reversal. There's Bailey there to St Rose. Tries to get it to Khan. Khan to Levi Jones, but again breaks down. This time though, Khan's got the luck. Khan's still got it on the far side. Let's see if he can get the ball across. He's got a few men in the area. Great play by Khan, and probably should have crossed, but he shot and it was just over the bar. He had 3 players in the middle there. Probably a cross may have been the better option, but you know, he saw a sight of goal, so he took a chance. And you see, nice work down the far side though. Look at the footwork. Had a bit of luck with the bounce, but then, yeah, I guess you can't blame him for taking a shot. They're 2-1 up. But not not sure what's happening. They're doing a water break. They're doing another water break after the 20 minutes of the second half. So it's getting hot out there now as we approaching midday. So referees wisely decided to give a hydration break. This is probably going to break up the momentum a bit of Jablotay, unfortunately, because Jablotay just literally for the last 20 minutes it's all been Jablotay. And this is the pass in, and the ball bobbled about, and our unknown player number 14 gets the ball in the back of the net. And then again coming down the pine, this is Christian, does well here, crosses the ball, and that was excellent by Boudrum, because the ball bounced just in front of him. And you can see this is all Jablotay. There's our unknown 14. Crosses the ball with his left foot, and this time, well, he's probably going for goal, and it went over the bar. And that actually took a deflection there, yeah. And it confused Boudrum completely there. It took a deflection, and he was a bit slow, but he managed to gather it again. And this is Khan, looks like has a shot, and again just over the bar. So you can see on the balance of that play, it's been all Jablotay. In fact, that was the first shot on target, I think, or well, it wasn't on target. The first shot on goal from W Connection in 20 minutes. So, as I said before, complete reversal of fortunes. You'd almost feel that they've changed jerseys, because the W Connection in the first half looked composed. They looked in total in charge in every department. Fairly solid in defence and quite lethal up front. Now it's completely the opposite. Jablotay have got a bit between their teeth. They look composed. They look like they know what they're doing. They're defending well. Well, they haven't really had much to defend against, to be fair. But because they're pushing so many men forward, Connection are being forced to hold men back. If this second one comes in from Jablotay, wow, where would you place your money then? And I'm sure Leonson Lewis is having a completely different team talk than he had at half time. He won't be happy with what he's seen this first 20 minutes of the second half. Neptune on the other hand say, guys, you're doing what I asked you to do. Keep doing it. It'll come. So don't forget, today we've still got the finals of the under 16s and the under 18s. In fact, we've got another Jablotay W Connection final coming up later in the day, so this could be an omen for the second game. Not a bad crowd here today as well. People coming out, and I'm sure that it's going to fill up more as the day goes on. Lots and lots of Jablotay supporters here. I'm not sure about W Connection. I guess there's a few, but I'm sure we get a few more of those come up in the second and third games. So, Trevor on Weeks to take the kick, get the game restarted. So this is it. These last 20 minutes will decide who's going to be the winners of the Flow Youth Pro League Cup. So Connection trying to move forward, trying to get that 2-goal safety net again, but again Jablotay just broke it up. Again, not dealt with well by the defence and W Connection, and the ball now, and we can see Lindell Sween's back on as well, so we've got Sween and Forsted on. So that's going to bode well for Jablotay if they can get the ball up. Oh, threw himself into that, and again that was a hard tackle but a fair tackle. Wilson Maitland had to commit, and and wearing a number 16 jersey, which the goalkeeper is listed as number 16, so it's a real struggle to tell who's who for Jablotay at the moment. Well, we know that's Stephen Neptune, the coach. So again, Jablate now testing the W connection defence. Tried to turn there, but wasn't successful. The ball bowling about again. Jablate come away with it. They seem to be winning everything. Every second ball, every time the ball breaks free, it seems to be Jablate winning it. Maybe they just got that passion. Oh dearie me! Young made a mistake there, and Francois had to tidy it up. Young completely miskicked. Luckily, there wasn't anyone behind him at the point. Francois was there to tidy up his mess. So, connection really living dangerously now. You really feel that the dam is going to break in a minute, but not like that. Need to do better than that. All of these passes a little bit short, inviting a tackle. What we call in England hospital passes, where you've got to go for the ball, but you know you're going to get hit. So Bailey for connection to take this throw in. Well, Jablate, bit of ball watching there, but and Treblon Weeks tries to be a bit clever, but he gets away with it. Mohammed cuts the ball out though, and then Bailey puts the ball in. But now there's a chance for Lindell Sween on the far side. Lindell Sween running with the ball. It's past Bailey. He gets the ball across. It's not clear. Oh! And the ball's still there with Jablate. They shoot. People calling for a handball. I'm not sure about that from Young. But again, Jablate just seem to be... They just seem to want to win everything. Connection calling back number 99 Francis. I don't know if he's coming on or not. So throwing on the far side to someone Jablate. Ball comes in. Sean Brown. But look at that, there's no connection players up there at all. 3 Jablate defenders and no W connection attackers. So they're maybe trying to hang on to this, which I think is a very dangerous tactic at the moment. Because the way the ball's bobbling around, a goal can come from anywhere for Jablate. Jablate looking to make a couple of substitutions as well in a minute. And Sween there, but it was adjudged to be a throw in. But we got 2 players here who could be Jordan Ferguson and Joe Knight Pierre. We hope. Francis is back on for connection. Jablate still doing their substitutions. There's St Rose got to deal with it, and deals with it very well actually, to shield the ball out for a goal kick. So we're looking like Jordan Ferguson and Joe Knight Pierre on for Jablate, although as I say they had to change their jerseys and maybe their numbers now don't line up to the team sheet. And being way up here in the commentary box, I can't ask anybody. So my apologies to the players if I'm getting their names wrong, but that's the information I've been given by your team managers. And connection really, they're making no effort to get this game moving. Gilbert now with the free kick, right on the halfway line. Connection pushed up 3 players, and there's 6 Jablate defenders to deal with it. And I think we knew what was going to happen there. And again, Off we go, Jablate going forward, but that wasn't a good ball. That was not a good ball at all. And that's just going to go back to W connection. To Boodram. Still 10 minutes left. Jablate can't afford to waste time, you know. There's only 10 minutes left, and one would think they wouldn't want to go to penalties, because last week's penalty shootout for Jablate was very, very nerve-wracking, and they were quite fortunate, really, to beat Defencefuls. So this is Young on the far side against Forstin. Forstin gets the ball, he comes away with the ball, plays it nice. Now it's a chance to cross the ball in. Francis heads the ball away, but again, only as far as Jablate players, and they're just not clearing their lines connection. Connection coming away with the ball. This is Gilbert, but he's got no one to look for, because the only person up front is Khan. St Rose to Gilbert. They're moving about a little bit more now. This is Wilson Maitland, but again, you see, there's no support, so in the end that was never going to happen. When you've just got one player up front, that's just not going to happen. And now connection under pressure again. Young does well. It looks to me like connection should be using a tactic used in England in the old Division 1 and Division 2, which is called Rosette. Just kick the ball into the stand. Jaden Grant coming on now for W connection. I'm not sure who for, because nobody's gone off. Leonson Lewis is trying to get somebody off the pitch. I think it might be Wilson Maitland, I think. And for some reason Connection decide to take their free kick before they've made their substitution. Maybe this is all just wasting more time, I don't know. Onto the pitch comes Jaden Grant. And again Jablate pushing forward. There's only Khan up there. Trevor Weeks against Khan. And Khan's done extremely well there. Oh! Hercules comes out, and I was frightened he was going to give away a penalty. And again, well done. On the line, Deshaun Brown. Great defending. Trevor Weeks, well, did he do anything wrong? He tried to kick the ball over his head. And I think Khan knew what was going to happen, and Khan made a wall for himself, caught the ball on his chest. Hercules, I thought, oh my goodness, he was going to catch his trailing foot, but he didn't. Now Khan's going to shot on goal now. And he hits it on target. He beats Hercules, but Brown's there on the line. So good defending by Jablate. That's the only real goal scoring opportunity W Connection have had this half. But they now got a corner. They've pushed a few more men up for this. 6 or 7 minutes left. Plus there will definitely be some added time. And again, Connection taking a long time over this. Ball comes in. It's not a bad corner. St Rose can't take advantage of it. And again, the fluffed. And this is Sween, Lindell Sween. He knows he can go past him, but he can't get past everyone. Francis was there and cut him out. But Lindell Sween quite confident that he can get past some of these players. Pushing the back there by Khan. I think Jaden Bailey's got his hands full with Sween now, because Sween's got the better of Bailey. And as we know, Forston's got the better of Young on the far side. So Jablate free kick. But that's not a good free kick. But it's going to go out for a corner. So more pressure for W Connection to deal with as we're approaching the last 5 minutes of regulated time. And again, a long run to get the ball back for Jablate, but they're full of running at the moment. They believe they can still equalise. Lindell Sween with his left foot going to bring this ball in. Every single W connection player is back in the 18-yard box. Ball's in there, and it's a hit. Wow, that was Brown. Every W connection player was in the box, and still a Jablotay player, Brown, got his head to it. That should be a worrying scenario for Leon St. Louis. Now his goalkeeper seems to have taken a knock, Boudram, but he's back up again. So 5 minutes remaining of normal time, and really Connection are really hanging on by the skin of their teeth now. Treblon Weeks again. There's Forstin. There's Forstin still with the ball. See, Connection just not dealing with it in defence. They have the opportunity to clear their lines, but they're not doing it. And again, the header wasn't into a safe position, but Jablotay coming back at them again. Deflected this time. Khan bravely chased it down, and here's Khan again, sending the ball up. Khan again. Yeah, that's a nice little pass. That's better football by W Connection. That's the way for them to get forward. And Treblon Weeks again with some sort of extravagant flick. Could have got his team in trouble there. Khan dropped back into midfield now. He's a lot more influential. He's working harder. But again, Jablotay moving forward again now. And again, second touch. There's a 14, the goal scorer for Jablotay. 2 men on Francis there. Francis pulling him back by his arm. The referee allowing all this to go on, but Jablotay still have the ball here. Sween. Still with Sween. Well done. Charged down there by Pierre. But the referee allowing some things to go on. There was definitely a pullback by Francis. And Jablotay looking to bring some muscle on. Joseph, quite a big guy, Joseph. He's coming on now because had a bit of muscle in there. Because that seems to be one of the problems that Connection are out muscling Jablotay at the moment. Jablotay typically with a lot of swift, smaller players. When this now probably just needs aggression and muscle to get that ball forward. I think all the niceties are done now. Less than 3 minutes to go. It's just get the ball down here and get it in the net. So, throw in again to Jablotay. Gilbert there for a connection, but he loses out again to Baker. Ball going out wide, and they're trying to get it down the right hand side. Young, who's had a hard game today, Young, having to deal with Forston, but Connection managed to get the ball away this time. Another throw into Jablotay. Oh, well played. Use it, one more. No, they're not passing the ball where they should. But Lindell Sween gets the ball in low and hard. Oh, and it's a fumble, and that was close because Joseph nearly got there. Brown making it clear he's not impeding. Meanwhile, Grant seems to. Well, that little tussle between the number 13 Jaden Grant and Brown. Ended in a free kick to W Connection. Malachi Clement been standing on the touchline for 3 or 4 minutes, and now Lewis pushing him back again. He's not making the substitution yet. Connection got a chance now, a long shot. Wide. So in the 80th minute, a shot from W Connection goes wide. Jablotay have literally got seconds. We don't know how much added time the referee going to add on. He should add on at least 3 or 4 minutes because of this, the business going to get the ball and the time wasting. But it's still going to be tough for Jablotay now. Khan getting forward, and it's a corner, so they're going to take all the time they want with this corner, knowing that they're winning 2-1. The whistle going to come anytime soon. All really W Connection have got to do is play out corner, and they can lift the cup. Jablotay just have to clear their lines, get the ball forward, and try and get that equaliser. So this last play is probably going to determine the destination of the Flow Youth Pro League Cup. Gilbert to take it, the number 7. And it's a complete waste of time. That's probably the worst thing that Leon St. Louis wanted to see, because it's giving possession back to Jablotay now, and Jablotay have one last chance to get everyone forward to get that equaliser. Well, he didn't really have much time there, and that's the W Connection of the winners. W Connection win the under-14 Flow Youth Pro League Cup. And I thought we might have got a little bit more added time there, but jubilant W Connection players. So after Jablotay winning the league for another time, they could not complete the double, and W Connection, who finished 3rd in the league, 1 point behind Jablotay, this time come out the victors and take the Flow Youth Pro League Cup. So congratulations to all at W Connection. And here we can see the first goal. That was Wilson Maitland there. Headed it in nicely into the net after Clement jumped to cause a distraction. You can see here, this is Ambrose. No trouble really for Boodram there. He dealt with that one quite nicely. This one here comes out to Gilbert. Gilbert, we're going to say he tried for a shot. We're going to say that, and we're going to say Hercules turned into a David Seaman there for a minute and lost the ball, and that put Connection 2-0 up, and they were totally in charge. There was no doubt about it. They were absolutely totally in charge in all departments. Forced in, he tried his best, done all he could, but again, nice one for Boodram there to take a photograph. Boodram not quite so clinical that time. There's the free kick there. That perhaps could have looked for a card there for Jordan Bailey, but no. And it's just drifted over the cross. But really, 2-0 at half time was a fair result. I think we had no problem with that. There's Khan, the captain. He tried to lob Hercules there, but it didn't work. So we felt, okay, 2-0 in the first half was a good result. This was where it bobbled around a little bit. And again, you can see that the Connection really not clearing their lines. The ball bobbling, but getting nowhere. But we didn't really think Jablotay would get back into this game. But then, this happened in the second half. Little ball up through, the number 14 is poaching. The ball comes free, and he's not going to miss that one. That was Baker that put the ball in. It was all Jablotay from then on in. There's Christian. Jeremy Christian gets the ball across, and that was well caught by Boodram, because the ball bounced just in front of him. Little bit of jinking here by the 14, and again he tries to get the ball across, but nope, not this time. But it was all relentless pressure from Jablotay in the second half. Again, you see that one going there. It bobbled. Boodram really was caught ball watching there, and was lucky to get away with that. But you need luck to win a cup. Here comes Khan. Khan had a good chance, a little dribble, he shoots, but Hercules happy to see that go up. And again, this is Khan. Khan had a good game today. I really thought that was going to be a penalty, but no. And Khan just shoots there. Cleared off the line by Brown. Well done there. And then right near the end now, a free header. The entire W Connection team in the box, and Brown gets up to head the ball. So that was the story. Now you can see a nice picture of W Connection here with Buddha in the front posing. Everyone there for the team photograph. So all the staff and players in the photograph. Not seeing the cup though. But well deserved by W Connection. So we've got another W Connection Jablotay trophy match coming up later. Here comes the Pro League CEO Julia Baptiste with the trophy, and a representative from Flow there. They're going to stand in front of there. That's Khan, the captain, Malik Khan, and he's receiving the trophy there. W Connection receive the Flow Youth Pro League Cup. And celebrations all around there. So this afternoon, W Connection will face Jablotay again in another final. So stay tuned. Next football coming up will be 2 o'clock for the under 14 final, and then of course 4 o'clock for the under 16 final. So we will see you all back then.
Home and healthcare services provide your elderly relative with a new standard of care and a better quality of life. Our services are bathing assistance, dressing assistance, walking assistance, meal and diet preparation, light housekeeping, errands and shopping, medication reminder, joyful companionship. Care is available in the morning, midday, and evenings. Temporary and long-term care is also available. Contact us today at 345-5884. Hamilton Home and Healthcare Services. We provide quality care for your elderly relative.
Welcome, welcome. This is 10, this is Sports Talk. And today here on 10 Sports Talk, we'll be talking with Anton Lafon. Anton Lafon is a man who has his background very much involved in Special Olympics, Paralympics, you name it. He's a man who looks after a lot of the disabled persons in Trinidad and Tobago, particularly those involved in sports. And that's what we're going to be talking with him tonight here on 10. Anton, welcome.
Pleased to meet you.
Anton, let's first start off talking a little bit about disability in sports. Tell us about that.
Well, to be honest, I am confused in my approach to answer that question, because as far as I'm concerned, the persons with disabilities are not informed and they are not given the correct passage in which they could follow sport from a disabled point of view. So in answering your question, I am indecisive, to be truthful, because I would like to see much more depth into the level of sport as far as persons with disabilities are concerned. I'm not saying it's absent, but I'm not saying the level that it is supposed to be at is not there.
Why you say that?
Because I look at the method in which the whole sport and disabilities are being dealt with. You use the trial for a person to go to the games, the Paralympic games. You use that as a platform. When I go there, is the athletes, their parents, full stop. Now, people must understand that the active participation comes from the crowd. That motivates athletes to perform better. Now, if these athletes are not getting that, that is a flaw. However, I am not casting any blame on the authorities for the people not attending, because I think they try their best to make people be aware of the sports. As a matter of fact, I was at a program with you once and you were trying your best to motivate persons to come. But the actual the facilities and the input for persons with disabilities to perform sport needs much to be desired. And what we have to do, we have to start. You see, I have to be careful, but you see what I saw in the Commonwealth Games, that didn't happen by guess, and the participants didn't come there unprepared. The countries that took part, those athletes are well prepared. In other words, they have means and ways of getting to a certain level. We have one occasion, that is the games, the preparation or the trial for the games, and that is it. Where in Trinidad and Tobago you have sports meetings for persons with disabilities to improve their competitiveness. I really can't tell you if I know of any.
Before we talk a little bit about the Commonwealth Games, why is it that you feel, Anton Lafon, that the powers that be, those responsible for looking after disabled athletes or disabled persons in sport, seem not to know what to do?
Andre, you see, sports is something you have to develop a passion for. And if you don't do that, you're just working on the periphery. You're just working on it as you go along. Now, the depth of performance is hard training and being competitive. If you have those two factors, you must attain some standard or some level. Now, these athletes, they don't get the level of competition, and I am not quite sure if they are able to do the necessary weight training, the necessary professional level that is required for games like that. And right now, I am unable to say that we as a collective body, going to a sports meeting, you have to be able to give an impression that is credible. And I use the word credible because when you get out there, it is not as easy as you think. And you know the level of sports, people when they take it from a different point of view, they train hard and they work hard. And they get the support. Now if the powers that be are serious, they have a very good example in front of them.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Commonwealth Games. We saw able-bodied athletes, for want of a better word, and disabled athletes. What impressed you the most about games where both participants were involved in their respective events?
What brought serious joy to my attention was the harmony. The reason they brought it together, you show where there is no discrimination. They show where we are all human beings. As I mentioned to you before, at a moment's notice, anybody could become disabled. So if you are active in sport and you become disabled, there is no reason for you to discontinue. The platform is there for you to operate. So what is really required, and what I saw in the Commonwealth Games, is that they showed a balance in the whole concept. And what I was striving for years to attain is that the only way we could get anywhere with this disability concept is to make it an even platform. And that is, you saw that in its entirety in the Commonwealth Games. You saw where people were not looked upon as they are disabled, so the disability becomes pronounced. In other words, because of your disability, you can't do certain things. They were given my opportunity to do so, and I was happy about that.
And going forward as well, we also saw where they highlighted the actual event in terms of the disabilities who could participate. Because I think education, there are a lot of persons that, I wouldn't say doubt someone's disability, but question people's disability in sports.
What is important is that they have standards by which they operate. So you come to a game, or prior to the game, you have to be tested to see if the disability is good enough for you to perform in the category, because there are categories. If you could remember, each event there was they had the cameras fixed on the disabilities that are taking part in the race. So that level of technology was excellent. So you watching a event, you will know what sort of disabilities the individuals have. So when you're watching them, you won't say, well, that person's on a wheelchair. But you will see the caricatures, if you want to put it. You will see that, and that will tell you, well, persons with disabilities on wheelchairs for this one, persons who have one crutches, persons who have one legs, persons who are blind, persons who are hearing impaired. They have all of that, and they're showing you that, so you know that that is disability. The class is what is important, and that is what we have to get here.
That's coming back to my point, the point that in Trinidad and Tobago, there are some persons that doubt exactly what is a person's disability because they're not so easy to diagnose. A man might walk good, a woman might walk good, they mightn't have a bad limb, as the case may be, or actually have one limb short, as the case may be. But in other words, because people say, you know, that man ain't blind, that man, you know, Trinidad and Tobago people, we are the most doubtful bunch in the world. We criticize before we know. So how do you alleviate that as someone who has been involved in Special Olympics, Paralympics, looking after the disabled, how you deal with that sort of doubt?
You have to start educating the people. You have to start basically letting people know about the types of disabilities and where they can perform. So we have to remove ignorance. We have to start educating people, letting them know that the disability, there's a category for you and you apply. It is scattered, and we have to get it under an umbrella, and the umbrella will create all the assets that are necessary to perform. So what I'm saying is that we have to get people to understand that you have to be categorized in the disabled area. So not because you have one leg, you are entitled to run in a particular area or the field or track events. You have to qualify for it. And you have certain standards which you're supposed to meet. When you meet those standards, then you're all right. So you just can't up and say, well, I want to do this. I want to throw the javelin, but I only have one leg, and I feel that I'm disabled. No. You have to be assessed, and when you are assessed, you're placed in a category, and you have certain standards you have to attain. And if you get through with that, well, that is the case.
All right, we're going to take a short break here. This is TTEN, this is Sports Talk. We take a short break. When we come back, we continue talking with Anton Lafon. We'll be back.
Family vacation, new car, back to school. Make it happen with a Republic Bank loan. It's easy, quick, and so affordable with competitive rates and quick approvals. Let Republic Bank make it happen for you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome to TTEN, Trinidad and Tobago Entertainment Network. Every creed, equal place, one place for Caribbean people. Mass, music, art, pan, politics, food, dance, fashion, talent, technology, and much more. TTEN, Trinidad and Tobago Entertainment Network. Our world, our people, our passions. Your portal to Caribbean life. Find yourself.
Watch the 10 Spot every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Visit every corner of this beautiful country and tell us what's your favorite spot. You know your favorite spot to line? The 10 Spot is there. At our spot, your spot, their spot, any spot where there's entertainment, good vibes, and good fun. See live performances by local and international bands. We take you to the most happening events across the country. Spot new episodes of the 10 Spot every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. right here on 10 TV. With me, Perpetua.
Hamilton Home and Healthcare Services provide your elderly relative with a new standard of care and a better quality of life. Our services are bathing assistance, dressing assistance, walking assistance, meal and diet preparation, light housekeeping, errands and shopping, medication reminder, joyful companionship. Care is available in the morning, midday, and evenings. Temporary and long-term care is also available. Contact us today at 345-5884. Hamilton Home and Healthcare Services. We provide quality care for your elderly. there's real news.
The actual roti on the plate was $250,000.
Then there's fake news.
The laws allow a baby to be born in the 9th month. It is wrong. It has to change.
How many people have to die?
And then there is the blah.
Good evening, good night. Or whenever you see this, hello, hello, hello. Yeah. They don't know. They don't know nothing. Because we is the greatest set of storytellers ever.
Whoa, hold on. So you trying to tell me all this is about getting land?
This is not about land, my brother. Do not misrepresent me, eh?
Monday nights at 9, only on TTEN TV. That's right, the most biased, subjective, and one-sided version of the news ever. The blah. If ever there was a time to watch news, is now.
Hi, this is No More Politics here. Come and join me, the big one-man band, up at Shakers, Rock on the Hill, May the 30th. See you there.
Hi people, this is Devin Harry Paul here of the band Red Wolf. We will be at Shakers on the 30th of May for Rock on the Hill.
Welcome back. This is TTEN, this is Sports Talk, and we've got Anton LaFon with us, and we're talking about persons who are disabled involved in sports. Let's talk a little bit about Akeem Stewart. We had the chance to interview Akeem Stewart at the Commonwealth Games, and he spoke about the difficulty he has gone through for more than the last 12 months, where he doesn't have facilities in Tobago. He's forced to go abroad. Now, most likely come August, he will have to come to Trinidad to live because he has no facilities in his hometown Tobago. This after he has become already a double gold medalist. I mean, at the Para Games. I mean, what do you say to that, Anton? It almost as if in talking to Akeem Stewart, I feel the frustration from him. He's forced then to actually go and compete against able-bodied persons. He's at a tremendous disadvantage.
I am happy that you brought that up because my philosophy about the whole concept is that why Akeem had to graduate into the normal realm of competing. I felt disturbed about it, but I don't know the intricacies. I don't know what is happening behind the scene. And Akeem Stewart is one of the examples that we have, because if he has that excellent potential to move forward and is unable to train, it defeats the purpose. We are struggling to get people to want to attain the same standard like Akeem, because one thing we are fortunate with, we have a lot of talent in this country, and we're supposed to exploit to the max. Now, how, if he is open and frank and talking about his disadvantages, he is suffering from two disabilities in it. The first one is a factual one, that you don't have facilities to train, you have to make shift, and then his disability. I personally would have been happy if he had stayed in the category and go to the Commonwealth Games, compete in his area, and use that platform to go to graduate. But I don't know who was in charge of all the
I'm not sure if they had a specific event in his category at the Commonwealth Games. That was one of the considerations. There wasn't in his category in terms of Paralympics or Special Olympics, as the case may be. His particular category wasn't up or wasn't included in the Commonwealth Games. So that was probably one of the reasons, obviously.
But if that is the case, we have to accept that. Yeah. But how could you aspire to reach the top and don't have any facilities to train? Or the facilities are minimum. You can't. I mean, it is frustrating on the part of the athlete to be unable to compete to his true potential.
You feel that because Akeem Stewart is a disabled person that people look down on his rewards? Because some have said that to equate his gold medal with those bodied persons in the World Championships is wrong. There are less persons competing in his category than would compete in the World Championships. How you deal with that question, Anton?
You know, initially when we started the conversation, I said to you that we have to grasp at the question of equality. If we're dealing with that balance, that equilibrium, we can't entertain that. That man competed in a international games and won. That is it. Don't put him in a category of because he's disabled. Because to be honest with you, I am not satisfied with the attitude of people in Trinidad and Tobago as far as disabled persons are concerned. Now, he living in Austria or some other part of the world would have been a national hero, and he would have been given preferential treatment for his ability to train and to perform better. I am not seeing that happening here. And there's an instrument of or lack of discernment, because you can't have a person of that quality and that person is not given preferential treatment to train and to go and travel to compete in his area around the world, because he is recognized in his field as an outstanding athlete. So we have to change our attitude towards how we deal with persons with disabilities. One, and heroes in the disabled world. He is one.
Is that a change from an administrative point of view alone? Is it a change from the people point of view? Is it a change from corporate Trinidad and Tobago point of view? Is it a change from the government in terms of the Ministry of Sport?